Hello everyone, I am Saranya, Assistant Professor in the Department of Graphics and Creative Design of Dr. SNS Institutions, College of Arts and Science. In this video, we are going to see about the 2D and 2.5D crowd replication in the unit of 5 in visual effects design. Moreover, why we are creating the 2D crowd replication? For some of the process of creating a large crowd, we can't afford the particular peoples or particular position. We can use this process of creating the illusion by creating the large number of crowd by replicating the 2D images with the multiple times to fill the scene. Moreover, when we are using the crowd type of shooting, we can use. But we are using this 2D crowd replication only in the post production. The process of creating the illusion of large crowd by replicating the 2D images are spreads multiple times to fill the scene. Common use. We are using often in the films, commercial or games where we are having the large crowd scene is needed by generating the crowd in 3D would be time consuming and resource intensive. Steps for creating the 2D crowd replication. First, we need to identify the source of 2D elements. Select or create 2D images or sprites of the character, can be people or an objects. Second one is placement and composting. After replicate the 2D elements across the scene, arrange them in the way that mimics a crowd by placing them at different scales or angle to create a variation. We can't create a same type of people or same type of things in the in the same location. We need to create with the different angles and different scales for creating the variation. Next one is layering and depth. Use the layering to add depth to the crowd. Foreground, the character should appear larger and more detailed, while those in the background should be smaller and more simplified. Last one is animation. Animate individual 2D elements slightly, example walking or waving, to add substitute movement to the crowd. Next is 2.5 crowd replication. Definition. A techniques where 2D images are manipulated and placed in the pseudo 3D space to stimulate a 3D crowd effects. It creates a depth and a perspective, making the crowd feel more dynamic and realistic. When we are creating the tools for creating the 2D and 2.5D crowd replication, we are using the tools like After Effects, Nuke and Blender. For this tools, we are giving the 2D crowd replication and basic 2.5D steps. By using this for more advanced 2.5D crowd setups by depth and layering. In the Blender, we are creating the simple 3D camera movements and integrating 2D elements into the 3D space. Next one is key difference. Unlike we are using 2D and 2.5D uses layers, depth and camera movement to give the illusion of 3D objects. Next one is steps to create 2.5-4D crowd replication. Moreover, I already told that 2.5D is the most realistic than the 2D crowd replication. It is mostly depends upon the 3D simulation. First, we need to give the layering 2D elements. Place the 2D character images on different plans in 3D space to create the illusion of depth. Next is parallax effects. When the camera moves, the 2.5D elements moves at different speeds, which creates a parallax effects, enhancing the 3D illusions. Camera animation. Animate the camera in a way that simulates perspective shifts, giving the crowd a more dynamic and realistic feel. Last one is adding variation. Use different angles, positioning and slightly altered size to avoid repetition and make the crowd look more natural. Next one is tools for creating the 2D and 2.5 crowd replications. We are using the tools like After Effects, Nuke and Blender. For After Effects, we can create a 2D crowd replication with the basics 2.5D setups. In Nuke, we can give with the depth and layering. In Blender, we can give the 3D camera movement by integrating the 3D elements into the 3D space. This is an example of 2D crowd replications by creating with the After Effects tools, which is more capable and very easy to use the 2D crowd replication in After Effects. Thank you.